With the conclusion of Week 8 football, what can we expect from the teams in both the college and in the pros? As baseball nears its end, who will come out as the World Series champion in 2019? Can the Astros complete the comeback? Does a loss for the Raiders mean their playoff hopes are dashed? And are the Texans looking at a potential playoff berth? With Pat Mahomes out, can the Chiefs keep their lead until he returns? Find out next. MCTV Sports 101 starts now. Hey there, sports fans, and welcome to the MCTV Sports 101. I'm Austin Seat.
And I'm Ryan Heller. This past week, the Texas Tech Red Raiders played the Kansas Jayhawks and lost a close game 37-34. With this loss, Tech moves to 3-5 for the season and is in last place in the Big 12. With only 3 games left in the season, can Tech win out and become bowl eligible under Coach Wells? Austin, what's your take?
I want to be honest with you, brother. This is a difficult one to talk about because I did watch that game, and I thought we were going to we were up 17-0. I thought we were going to win it out, and then all of a sudden Kansas comes right back. So
Horrible.
So it was bad. So the remaining games that Tech has left, it's West Virginia to start off after this bye week, and then we have TCU, Kansas State, and then finally to end it all we have Texas.
Which we probably will lose.
You'll have your turn, brother. So to start this off, I think Tech can become bowl eligible. They have it in their ability. They beat Oklahoma State earlier in the season, which I think nobody thought they could do. So they have the opportunity, but their best opportunities are against, in my opinion, TCU, Kansas State, and then West Virginia.
Exactly.
It's going to be close, but I think they do have the chance to pull it off. My only question is, Douglas Coleman. Why not just go to the ground? Why?
Seriously, that's all you had to do is just fall on the ground and we go to overtime. We could probably win in overtime.
Oh, yeah.
There was a good chance. But see, the problem with me was that was just the nail on the coffin. The problem was 3 long touchdown passes. You look at, for God's sakes, you look in the, the second quarter, 48-yard touchdown pass. Yeah. And then in the second half, a 40-yard touchdown pass, a 65-yard touchdown pass, a 70-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Guys, where was the secondary? Where was the coverage? Where was the defense? That was the problem. They were up 20. And they had so many opportunities to win this game.
Yeah.
This is on them, and really, they need to use this bye week to take a hard look at themselves. Douglas Coleman, mostly you. Don't hate me, Douglas. But really, they need to look at themselves in the mirror and think to themselves, okay, what can we do to head to Morgantown? They don't have West Virginia. They don't have Dana Holgerson anymore. He left for University of Houston. They don't have David Stills anymore. They don't have Will Greer anymore. They need to find a way to head into Morgantown and pull off a stunner so then they can go into 2 straight home games with a possibility to get 3 straight wins.
I agree with you. I agree with you all the way, brother. With the MLB season winding down to only 2 potential games left, every fan is on the edge of their seat. Both the Astros and the Nationals have made it to the final stretch of their season, but only one can win it all. After 5 games, the Astros are up 3-2 against the Nationals. Can they keep this up after being down 2-0 to start, or will the Nationals come back in Game 6? Ryan, what do you think?
See, I'm thinking the Astros can do it if on account of one thing. They need to get to the Nationals bullpen with at least with a lead at the very minimum tied, because right now it's going to be Verlander and Strasburg, and I'm pretty sure that Verlander's not going to have 2 bad outings in a row. It's just not in him to do that because Verlander is a Hall of Famer. He's a future Hall of Famer, and see, to me, Strasburg's just having an unbelievable season. Postseason. You look at what he's been 4-0 this postseason. He was phenomenal against the Dodgers. Yeah. And his ERA has been under 2, 1.93. Okay, that's just, I wish he was on our team. But here's the thing. But what they need to do is find a way to make sure that when Strasburg leaves the game after 6, probably 7 innings, they are at least having a lead or tie, because I believe the Astros, with the firepower they have, they can get to their bullpen because their bullpen has shown to be human in this series. So I think they can do that. And mostly they just got to do what they did in games 3 through 5. What they didn't do in games 1 and 2, get the clutch hits. Do what Alex Bregman did in game with the grand slam.
Yep.
Just get guys around the bases, not just home run. That's huge too, but get guys around the bases to circle home.
I agree with you. The Astros are up 3-2. They have a huge chance to close us out in Game 6. And if you look at just the scores from the previous 5 games, the 2 games they lost in Houston, I think the Game 1 was 5-4 to the Nationals.
Yeah.
Then close game. Everyone thought it was going to be good. Then Nationals come in Game 2, win 12-3.
Which we all didn't see coming.
But I don't even think National fans saw this one coming.
No.
And then you have what's going to be, if the Astros end up winning, a glorious comeback with 3 back-to-back wins in Washington, 4-1, 8-1, 7-1. I mean, they blew out the Nationals. I mean, the defense was spectacular. The offense, like you said, getting players around the bases, not just going for those grand slam balls. So it's going to be interesting to see how Game 6 is going to be for both the Astros and the Nationals.
I agree. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to the rookie Jose Urquidy. If the Astros win this series, I believe it's because of the performance that Jose Urquidy gave in Game 5 shutout innings, which no one expected that. You would not have thought he was a rookie if you were just tuning in right there.
No.
Just want to give a shout out to him. During Week 7 of the NFL season, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes went out of the game with a dislocated patella with a knee injury. Luckily, after some x-rays, he is only expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks, leaving backup Matt Moore to take over. Austin, with the Chiefs leading their division, do you think they will be okay with Mahomes gone, and do you think that they can survive with Matt Moore?
Well, they played this last season, Week 8. They've already played one of those games with Matt Moore as the starting QB, and it was against Green Bay. And I think they only lost, by a touchdown? It was like 31-24, I believe.
Played well.
Played very, very well. And what I believe I believe Matt Moore can take them and keep them alive without Pat Mahomes as he starts to recover from that knee injury. I've had family members who had that patella knee injury, and if they have to have surgery on it, he wouldn't have come back. Luckily, he's only out for suspected 3 weeks, maybe sooner. But the next 3 games for the Chiefs, I believe it's the LA Chargers is up next, and then they've got the Tennessee Titans at Tennessee, and then Minnesota in Chiefs. And I forgot to mention the LA Chargers are coming to the Chiefs' home. So
I think they should come out of that with at least 1 win.
I'll be honest with you, I think they can come out with 2, the LA Chargers and
I think so.
And with the Minnesota Vikings, because the Minnesota Vikings are out. Adam Thielen, one of their star wideouts, is
Pro Bowl receiver.
Could easily be in the Hall of Famer, but way too early to discuss that. But I think they can come out with 2, maybe 3 wins. I mean, Tennessee at Tennessee, that's going to be a difficult one with the way that their quarterback and their team has been playing. What do you think is going to be the outcome?
Me, I don't think the problem, I think they can, but the problem with me is not the offense because as far as offensively goes, this is not some undrafted rookie that the Chiefs are giving a chance to. Okay, this isn't just an undrafted rookie. This is Matt Moore. He's a 12-year veteran. Yes, he was undrafted out of Oregon State, but he's a 12-year veteran. He's been around the league. He's been there, done that, played with some teams. So I think they should be fine with that. My concern with the Chiefs is the defense. You look at, they have been one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and honestly, to me, if they'd had a better defense, they would have been playing in the Super Bowl last year. But the thing is, they don't, and just all the sacks they give up as well. I think that will be the one issue. I think if their defense can play, average with Matt Moore, I think they could be okay. I think they can survive.
It's going to be interesting how they do this because they do have Tyreek Hill back, which is going to be a big plus.
Yes.
LaShawn McCoy has been playing well. Their offense has been playing well. So it's interesting to see how this defense steps up with Pat Mahomes out.
I think whether or not the defense steps up will be whether or not they can survive without Mahomes.
All right, then. For sure. In a regular season match this week, the Texans beat the Raiders 27-24, giving the Texans a 5-3 record, and the Raiders dropping to 3-5. With still half of the season to go, can either team make a playoff berth, and how deep do you think they will go? Ryan?
I think the Raiders and the Texans are very similar. I think they can make the playoffs as division champs. I think they can make it as a wild card, but after that, I don't really know. I think the Texans are playoff bound, yes. Super Bowl contender? No. Not not by miles long as Bill O'Brien's the head coach. I'm sorry, but he should have been gone a long time ago. But the fact is, the McNair family has a man crush on him. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So,
well, it's the same reason with the Cowboys. I mean, Jerry Jones has a man crush on.
And the Texans and Cowboys wonder why they've been struggling lately. They wonder why. Anyway, so I think like the Raiders. I mean, like Derek Carr is a very good quarterback. He's got some good guys around him. Waller's a great tight end. Could be a Pro Bowler this year. I think they can come back. I think they can do something. And as far as the Texans, by the way, Deshaun Watson, as long as he's their quarterback, anything's possible. You see what he did against got a cleat to his eye and still threw a touchdown pass too. By the way, Darren Fells, who has been a big addition, he's already got 5 touchdowns this year. I mean, like he's become a great tight end to me, and I think as long as Watson's their quarterback, and I think if they can block for him, which they have not been able to do the last year and a half.
Pardon my interruption, but he's like one of the most heavily sacked QBs in the league right now.
He was sacked 62 times last year.
Yeah.
Overall, last I checked, 99 times in these past few years. That can't happen. But I think if they can block for him, with him as their quarterback and Hopkins as the receiver, I think anything's possible.
Well, what I have a take on this, and obviously John Gruden in his second year with the Raiders has done, in my opinion, marvels for them. He's brought them to a better. I don't know. I can't remember what their record was. It had to have been worse than what it is now.
It's 3-4 now that they lost to Houston.
Well, yeah, they are 3-4 now. I think they just came out of their bye week playing to Houston. The problem that the Raiders are going to have, the Raiders, they still have a good shot. They're second in the I believe it's in the AFC West. They're only behind Kansas City, who's at 5-3. The Chargers are tied, I think have one more loss than them, but they haven't had their bye week yet. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the Texans can come out on top. Can they win their division? It's going to be hard against that Colts team, and the same with the Raiders. It's going to be hard against the Chiefs.
Because Jacoby Brissett has been impressing us. We all thought that the Colts were going to be dead last after Luck retired unexpectedly, but apparently he's showing the world, he's showing the NFL, hey man, I could play too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Well, now it's time for Who You Got. This weekend is very busy for sports. To start, we have the Steelers versus the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Ryan, who you got?
This is too easy for me, man. I got to go with the Steelers. I'm sorry, but this is the best they could come up with for Monday night. I mean, my God, the Dolphins are winless, and for good reason, because they're lacking in the quarterback game, they're lacking in the offensive line game, they're lacking pretty much every single game. I think this is going to be an easy one. I think the Steelers. What do you got?
Well, as much as I would love to back up your Steelers pick, I'm going to say this is going to be the upset of Monday Night Football, and I'm going to pick the Dolphins over the Steelers.
Whoa.
Now, they are winless, but I think this is the one game that they can win. From the remainder of the schedule, this looks like the one game that they can win, to where they can get a win. Now, they'll still probably be first in the draft unless the Bengals just go 0-16. So we'll see about that later in the season. But I think this is going to be I think this is going to be an upset. The Dolphins are going to win, and it's going to be a big upset here next.
Well, we shall see. The Astros face the Nationals this Tuesday for Game 6. Austin, who you got?
You're going to hate me for this. I know you are. I can see you giving me that death stare when I'm not even looking at you. I'm picking the Nationals to win Game 6, and this World Series is going back to a Game 7.
We can't be friends no more, bro. We can't be friends no more. I'm sorry, man. I got to pick the Astros. I'm sorry, man, but I'm sorry. But to me, like I said before, if they can get Strasburg out with the tie or a lead and get to their bullpen, the Astros will be celebrating a World Series on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. And oh my God, this got awkward really quick.
Yeah, I wonder why, but I mean, to be fair, I don't think you could go through another Game 7 with the Astros. I
already dealt with that with the Astros against the Dodgers. I can't deal with another Game 7. I'm sorry, Astros, just please end it quickly.
I think I'm going to say the Nationals because I think after these last 3 beatdowns that they had, I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. On Thursday, we have the unbeaten 49ers at the Cardinals in an NFC divisional game. Ryan, who do you have?
I got the 49ers. I just think, man, Jimmy G is showing his knowledge that he got from Tom Brady over the years. He's just been playing great. And not just him. I mean, like, yes, of course, they're second in rushing. They're third in scoring. But also, it's their defense that's been surprising everybody. They are fourth in the league in sacks with 27 sacks combined as a team. They're second in points against with 77. They've only allowed 77 points on the year. And on top of that, they're second in interceptions. Combined, they got 10 interceptions on the year. Their defense has just been incredible. And I think that the 49ers are just going to roll over the Cardinals. What about you?
Well, the same thing as Monday night. I think as much as I'd love to go with the 49ers, them being unbeaten, I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals on this one. And the main reason I said that is because they were able, now, beat it, they still lost pretty badly, but for, I'd say, 3 quarters, maybe 3.5, they were able to keep the Saints game to, a 1-score game for majority of the time, which is surprising to me. So I think Cliff Kingsbury is a head coach. I think he's surprised a lot of people. I don't think
surprised us considering the 3 years at the last 3 years at Texas Tech. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's 3-4-1. That's still a losing record, but it's not bad as most of the teams. Yeah. So I think that they're going to come out, they're going to beat the 49ers, they're going to add to this win, and it's going to allow both him, Kyler Murray, and the rest of that staff to get more comfortable with this team and hopefully get into the playoffs with this team. So I'm picking the Cardinals for this one.
All right. Now that one I can understand. I can understand that. I do.
You're going to give me a lot of hate for picking the Dolphins over the Steelers and the Nationals over the Astros, aren't you?
Mostly the Astros, but yeah. So on Sunday, the Premier League has a 3-game slate with Arsenal and Wolverhampton set for the second slot. Austin, who you got?
I will say this is our first show back, and AD did graduate last summer, so it's going to be hard. And nobody wants to talk European soccer no one wants to talk European soccer with me anymore. So we'll just do these who you got slots for now. But I'm going to pick Arsenal for this because Wolverhampton, they're 12th in the table for the Premier League. They're not doing that great. Arsenal is in 6th. They have a good shot to making it to the Champions League for next year, or at least getting into the top 4. I mean, they were in the top 4 earlier this year. They've had a couple bad games, but I think this is a game they bounce back and they get back into where they belong in the top 4. What about you?
We're finally agreeing on something. I'm going to pick Arsenal. I got to have faith in Pierre-Emerick. He's got 7 goals so far, and also burned Leno, 37 saves. Mm-hmm. So, that's a pretty damn good goalie right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, also, yes, I checked the stats, and they're pretty much even throughout for the most part. Mm-hmm. But to me, Arsenal has not lost in their last 5 games.
In a row?
Last 5 games, they have won or tied in 4 of them. Mm-hmm. They won against Standard Liège, won against Bournemouth, lost Sheffield United, yes, yeah. but then they've won and then they tied. So they've pretty much been on a roll. Mm-hmm. And even in the game they tied against Crystal Palace, it was a 2-2 game. So they've been high powered. So I think that they got a chance to win.
All right, yeah, they've got some strikers, especially with Aubameyang and them up there. So it's going to be interesting to see that game.
I think so too.
Well, to finish it off on Thursday, we have Texas Tech versus Kansas State on Halloween night for women's soccer. Ryan, who do you have?
All right, so I think we can agree on this one. I'm going to go Texas Tech over Kansas State. I think that Texas Tech, after winning last game, I think that they're getting back on track. They're getting back to being the top 25 team that we've seen them to be this year. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to close out the season well on Halloween, a spooky night. And by the way, I hope everybody's wearing Halloween costumes to that game. That's going to be funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I'm picking Tech. What about you?
There's been a lot of shockers, but I'm also going to pick Tech because of 2 things. One,
he goes here.
Huh?
You go here.
Well, there's that. Yes, we both go here, and if we don't pick Tech, we're going to be mobbed or
hated on Twitter.
Yeah, one of those. So, but I'm going to pick Tech because, as you said, they went to Waco, they beat the Bears 2-0. They went to Texas, they won an overtime thriller 2-1. They're in second place, right behind the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And in soccer, if you win, you get 3 points. You lose, you tie, you get 1. You lose, you get nothing. So I think they're really gunning for a Big 12 championship title here, and I think that they can do it. So I think this win is going to be huge for Texas Tech.
And if they play well enough in the Big 12 tournament, they could get another home game for the first playoff game.
Oh,
we'll see.
That's another good option. Well, that's our show for this week's edition of MCTV Sports 101. Join us next week for the latest big-name stories in sports. I'm Austin C.
And I'm Ryan Heller. See you next time.
Peace.
That was a bad throw.
You think?